Okay, so eBay dropshipping. Now, this one was popular a few years ago. Still is, popular to a certain degree. Now, what dropshipping basically is it means you're facilitating the sale for a markup in price. What do I mean by that? So, this is the customer, this is the supplier, right? Usually, you would think of, e-commerce as you're strictly buying from the supplier or the retailer, right? But you as the drop shipper, you're going to facilitate the sale from the customer to the supplier, right? So what you do is typically, whether you're doing it on eBay or anything else, right? I just want to explain the business model really fast, is you are going to list the supplier's products on your store without even having the products yourself, right? And then you're going to go out and find customers. So whether you're advertising, whether you're doing whatever to find customers, you are basically listing the supplier's products that you don't have, right? Acquiring the sale from the customer first. And then once you make the sale, you obviously order it from the supplier, and you order it from the supplier to the customer. Okay. So what happens is you take the supplier's product. Let's say that it's maybe they sell it wholesale or retail at like $4, right? And what you do is you list it on your site for, maybe $8. You double the price or something like that. Now, obviously, it could be very different in pricing structures depending on your product. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm just giving you the example, right? So they sell the product for $4. Typically, customers and you and other people buy it for $4. What you do is you list it on your website for $8. You find a customer to buy it for $8. Then when they buy it for $8, you pocket the $8, right? But then you have to spend $4 to get the product, and you have the product ordered to the customer. They're happy they have their product. They're happy to have their sale, and you pocket the $4 difference, right? It's a great business model in that aspect because you can profit without ever spending any money on products initially, right? So you can just simply list them and then acquire the sale and then get the profit. So that's why it's a great business model. That's dropshipping in a nutshell. Now, why it works so well on eBay and sites like it is because there's already customers on eBay or Amazon or Poshmark that we're going to cover here in a second, or Mercari, right? There's already customers on that site looking through search traffic. They've already paid to have the customers there. They've already built the trust and the buying experience on there, and there's proof of concept, right? So if you just strictly list items on eBay and you're just willing to put the work in, then typically what would happen in the past is you would get sales for free just by obviously putting the work in, and then you'd make the profit. They would be happy because they get their customer. They would be happy because they made a sale, right? So that's eBay dropshipping in a nutshell, okay? And it works well on platforms like eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, and Mercari, like I said, because you don't actually have to go out like a Shopify store and pay to acquire the traffic on your own website. There's already traffic on those sites looking for products, okay? So I got into eBay dropshipping a few years ago when it was pretty lucrative. Didn't really scale it up, but it did work for me. My experience with it wasn't really, in my opinion, and this might rub some people the wrong way if they're in the eBay dropshipping community, it's not a real business, okay? So it is a business in the aspect that, yes, it works, and yes, you can monetize it, and yes, it's like e-commerce, right? But it really doesn't teach you that much about entrepreneurship because all you really have to do is list items that are already out there, and then what happens is if customers buy, that's great, you make the markup. But what happened was, no, I still don't do it, and no, I don't recommend it anymore, because what happened is eBay cracked down on the fact that they didn't like people dropshipping on their platform because customers were unhappy. They would order something from a store, and then it might come from in a Walmart box, right? And they would realize that, hey, they paid a premium on eBay for something that was selling on Walmart for half the price or less than that, right? And so eBay really cracked down on dropshipping, and a lot of people that were successful as eBay dropshippers didn't have any other skills in their arsenal. They weren't true entrepreneurs. They just listed products for a higher price on eBay. So that's why I don't recommend eBay. That's why I call it not a real business. It's not a real business in the fact that you don't learn anything else about entrepreneurship by doing it, okay? So I don't still do it. I don't still recommend it, and I recommend that if you plan on selling on eBay, don't get me wrong, eBay is a great marketplace to sell on, and you can learn a lot just selling on eBay as an entrepreneur, right? By reselling. You'll learn a lot about business, a lot about, the psychology of a customer, selling e-commerce and stuff like that. But if you plan on drop shipping, do not do it on eBay.